My name is Jo Yuill, and I am a mother of three, and I'm the creator and inventor of Protein Pod. Um, Protein Pod is a new product which we are getting to market here in the UK and hopefully beyond that globally. The idea behind Protein Pod is to encourage and enable people to eat a better diet by making it really, really easy to make nutritious meals and very quick to make nutritious meals by using one single closed cooking vessel. So a bit of background as to why I invented Protein Pod. When my children were very small, I used to find it very, very difficult when I was the sole carer to prepare healthy meals for my young children every day. So after doing all of the childcare, often the last thing I wanted to do before I went to bed was start getting a load of pots and pans out. I've always been a little bit wary of microwave meals and microwave cooking, so trying to move away from that and just find a way that would take all the stress away and relieve some of the anxiety that I was feeling around feeding my children well. We then came across a bigger problem in the UK, which I think extends globally. Obesity is a big problem in this country. 2 out of 5 people, in fact, have diabetes in the UK. Millions of children are actually falling below the poverty line because they're not accessing a good diet. And there's lots of over 65s living at home at risk of malnutrition. But also coupled with that, we've got the plastic problem with microwave meals, where a lot of microwave trays, black plastic trays, are ending up in our oceans. That's clearly an environmental issue as well. So there's a multi-layered problem here, and we started looking at why people aren't eating a better diet and what's stopping people from eating better. So clearly, access to fresh ingredients is an issue for many, but I think since COVID-19, we've really seen how time and stress plays such a big factor in people cooking for themselves from scratch. And we know this because before COVID-19, only 1 in 8 people were cooking fresh in the UK. And now that's because people got more time. That's now 1 in 5. So we can see that time and stress is a huge barrier. Also, confidence in the kitchen. We've noticed from our market research that a lot of millennials don't have the confidence to scratch cook, so they're just simply not interested in it. But also, accommodation is getting smaller. So traditional methods, slow cookers, big pans, microwaves, it's not always an option in a smaller flat. So when we started thinking about the design of Protein Pod, we wanted to make it compact. It's easily stored away, either in the cupboard or in your fridge. But it's very simple. It can just be put into a pan of boiling water if you haven't got a microwave. And it's a full meal within 30 minutes. So we have early on in 2020 started collaborating with NICA in Newcastle in the northeast of England. NICA means the National Innovation Centre for Ageing. Which has been a fantastic collaboration for us. The elderly, the over 65s, is a key demographic for Protein Pod, primarily because protein is so important as we go into old age. So by building a meal which is protein-led is really encouraging this demographic to get the protein intake that they need as they get older. And this prevents the onset of sarcopenia, which is when your muscle tissue starts to diminish over time. Protein will help combat that. So it's an absolute key part of your diet as you enter into old age. So it's been a great collaboration for that reason. NICA has got a focus on helping people into old age have a better standard of living. So this is really key. Protein Pod has portion indicators as well. So it gives another tool in being able to build a healthy meal. It also converts into bowls, so not only can you use it to portion up your meals in advance and store them in the fridge, or you may have a family member who's doing that for you if you are an elderly person living on your own. It can be taken straight out of the fridge and put into a pan. So there's no transfer, there's no, any mess there. So it's really convenient. But clearly when it's finished cooking, it then separates into two bowls. So for people who are isolated and living alone, it obviously encourages somebody to eat with them. But it also gives them that access to the healthy meal that they need. So NICA have been great they really engage with the products. They love the idea of the bowls and the helping the isolation. But they also like the environmental factor, so it really ticks a lot of boxes for them because it is a reusable vessel. We're joining the refill revolution. So they really, really like it from that point of view. So they've been able to assist us by not only providing much needed feedback so we can incorporate that into our research and development stage, which is critical at this time. Because we're currently onto the 4th prototype of the product. They've been able to give us access to the Voice community, which is an online resource that they can access, where we can get market research and feedback from potential end users. So they've been great, really supportive, and really helping us drive the product forward and getting it to where we want it to be for that demographic. So in terms of where we are with the product, it's been currently about almost 8 years of design and testing. We're on to prototype number 4. I think I mentioned that earlier. But we really feel like we've got the design ready now. We've got the seal, the precision seal, which locks everything in. So it locks in all of your goodness, all of the nutrition. You're not losing anything from your fresh ingredients. The seal is watertight to where we want it to be now. So it's portable as well, which means you can take it out and about if you wanted to do that. And we have just taken stock of the 4th prototype. So assuming that will work in the way we would like it to, we're really confident we've got the design there now for that to happen. We are hoping for a launch in autumn of this year. So starting manufacturing and to market, hopefully towards at the latest the end of 2020.